Hey everyone, it's Bill McCafferty here. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2020. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying sane. Hope you're staying grounded. And I hope you're finishing up the week strong. Right? Like we talked about, if you laid that foundation down on Monday and Tuesday, come Wednesday and Thursday, you're processing a lot of information. So when you get to Friday, you're kind of wrapping up the week and getting ready for the weekend. So like we do every Friday, we're going to get started on episode number 12, A Day in the Life of an Asset Manager / Note Investor. So like we always do, we're going to get into the client's portfolio, which is PMR2. PMR2 is made up of around 25 different note investors. PMR2 right now manages 110 non-performing notes, mostly non-performing seconds. But we do have some non-performing first in the portfolio. So like we've been talking about and like it's expected, it's definitely slow right now. I'm just trying to stay relevant. Doing a lot of fine tuning on my processes and systems in both companies. Just trying to press forward and keep my businesses and keep my life moving forward. So, like I said, I have 110 files. I haven't brought in any new files this week. No new borrower contacts this week, which is expected. I haven't received any loss mitigation forms, and I haven't processed any loss mitigation forms. So, a lot of zeros right there. With all that, I haven't sent out any borrower option forms this week. So as you can see, we got a lot of zeros. So a couple things coming up that are exciting. I did send out one payoff yesterday. It was actually a payoff I sent out before, but yesterday they needed a little bit of an extension on it. So I made it good through the end of the month. It's a borrower up in Massachusetts looking to refinance the property. So people are still making moves out there and there is still business going on. So I sent out one new payoff. And then the exciting part in the asset management portfolio was we received two payoffs this week. Both payoffs were refinances, I believe. So, it appears a lot of people are refinancing right now. I'm actually looking into it myself for my personal primary residence as long as it makes sense. People are making moves to better themselves and to put themselves in a good position right now. With that said, no foreclosure sales, no new bankruptcy filings, and no files wiped. So that's pretty much what's going on in the asset management portfolio. Like I said, it's definitely slow. Just trying to maintain and position myself to be in a good position. I did talk to an investor in the business. I've known him for a while. He does a lot in this business. We connected yesterday, and we're looking to possibly do some stuff together. He's looking to use my asset management services, and that particular investor buys a lot and does a lot. So that's very exciting for me as my numbers start swindling down a little bit in an asset management portfolio. Always looking to bring more in. And at this point and at this position in my business, I love doing business with seasoned note investors that are deep into this business and that will bring me constant deal flow to manage. So I'll keep you up to date on that. I hope that all goes well. I hope he's listening to this video today. So big shout out to him. He will know who he is. Let's jump over into my portfolio, which is PDRS, People's Debt Relief Solutions. Once again, not a lot going on. I'm just trying to fine tune everything. I'm staying on top of my portfolio and my borrowers right now. Really fine tuning my processes and my systems. Making sure I stay nice and liquid right now. I'm not going to be deploying much capital right now. I'm going to kind of stay firm. I do have stuff that I would like to deploy if it was normal, but right now it's not. So I'm going to stay firm and stay liquid. It's what I've been telling you. You're going to find out how well your business model works, and you're going to find out how liquid you are over the next 6 to 12 months. Once again, just staying on top of my borrowers, seeing if they need any type of relief or forbearance. What I talked about a couple weeks ago, being proactive with my note investors in my own portfolio that have bought note partials off me. Just making sure all that comes in and everything's moving forward. So I'm actually excited, 8 days into the month here, 10 days into the month. A lot of my mortgage payments are coming in the month of April. So we'll see how that makes out the rest of the month and into May. But right now, I'm feeling good in my own portfolio. So if you remember last week, I went over what's called a collateral assignment. And I said this week I was going to actually go over what documents are associated with a collateral assignment. So I'm going to do that. But I also was thinking I never really talked about what an actual mortgage note collateral file exists of. Most of you seasoned people and most of the people in the business out there, they know that. But, I probably should have talked about this before I started talking about partials and collateral assignments. So let's just go through that real quick. I'm just going to discuss the documents real quick, give a quick description, and kind of move on. So when you buy a second mortgage or a first mortgage, either non-performing or reperforming, what's actually in the collateral file is a mortgage. That could be a deed of trust or a mortgage, depending on what state you're in. If it's a non-judicial state or a judicial state, and depending how the contract and the document's written up. Basically, a deed of trust is a mortgage, and a mortgage is the security on the property. The borrower actually gives a mortgage, and the lender actually takes a mortgage. It's the security on the property. Then there's the promissory note. The promissory note spells out all the terms of the mortgage. It's the amount that was borrowed. It's the terms, how many years to pay it back, the interest rate, the monthly payment, late fees, prepayment penalties, all the terms associated with the mortgage. The actual mortgage or deed of trust, that document actually gets recorded in the county records. And that is the document that clouds title and is the true ownership document of the actual mortgage. The promissory note does not get recorded. It's just the terms of what everyone agreed to and how the mortgage, the security, is going to be paid back. So when we're looking at a promissory note, there's also things that are attached to the promissory note that are called endorsements or allonges. It's basically just assigning the actual promissory note to the next person that purchases it. So let's just say Company A was the originator and then they sold it to Company B. They would endorse the promissory note to Company B. And if Company B sold it to Company C, that promissory note would get endorsed again from Company B to Company C. So that's what an allonge chain is, or an endorsement. That all those are associated with the promissory note, and they do not get recorded in the county records. So we have also what are called assignments. All the assignments together are called an assignment chain. Assignments get recorded. They are the actual ownership documents from companies that end up purchasing the mortgage. So the mortgage is originated by Company A. That gets recorded in the county records. Company A sells the mortgage to Company B. Company A creates what's called an assignment and assigns the mortgage to Company B. That document gets recorded in the county records right on top of the existing mortgage. So the same thing, if Company B sells it to Company C, Company B creates another assignment. The Company C, that gets recorded in the county records right on top of everything else. So it's the mortgage, the first assignment from Company A to Company B, and then the second assignment from Company B to Company C. So when you pull title and you look at what's on record, you will see all three of those documents: the original mortgage or deed of trust, the assignment from A to B, and the assignment from Company B to Company C. So they're the main documents in a collateral file. You also may get in a collateral file the original title insurance policy. That's the title insurance policy that was taken out for the original transaction when the homeowner gave the mortgage and the lender took the mortgage. You also might get original loan documents from the actual transaction when the homeowner took the mortgage, gave the mortgage, and the lender took the mortgage. I know that sounds weird. Most people say, I took a mortgage out. It's actually you're given the mortgage because the house is security for the financing, if that makes sense. Sometimes I get a little caught up myself. So that's really what's in a collateral file. For reperforming notes, not to get sidetracked, there may be a loan modification or other workout documents. When somebody resolves it, they do what some call loan modification, some call a workout agreement. It's the new terms that they agreed to. So that's what's in a collateral file. So let's get discussing the documents that are associated with a collateral assignment. So kind of remembering a little bit of our example from last week. I had an existing mortgage. The balance was around $35,000 that I was owed on a second mortgage. So I went to an investor, and an investor wanted to lend me $20,000 on my $35,000 second mortgage, collateralized against my second mortgage, the mortgage that I owned. So they lent me that $20,000. And if you remember, the terms that we agreed to were 10% over a 2-year period. And that monthly interest payment to the investor was around $167 a month, right? We talked about them getting to 24 months of payments. And then after the 2-year term, they're still owed their $20,000, their original investment. So what are their documents that are actually associated with a collateral assignment? When I'm talking to an investor, he's going to want to see all the documents that I just talked about. He's going to want to see the original mortgage and note. He's going to want to see the allonges, the assignment chain. He's going to want to see the original title insurance policy. If there's a loan modification or a workout agreement, he's going to want to see that. He may also want to see a payment history on the loan. He may want to see a credit report. He may want to see that the first mortgage is current. So you as the note owner, you want to put that nice package together so when you present it to an investor for a collateral assignment, all that stuff's in there and shows that you know what you're doing and you present a nice package to an investor. So when it comes time to do the collateral assignment, they feel nice and secure and they have all the information in front of them. So outside of that, the only 2 documents that are truly associated with a collateral assignment are the actual collateral assignment. So it's like a 4-page document that you both sign. And it's basically just stating that you're using your existing second mortgage as collateral. If it's a first mortgage, you're using that first mortgage as collateral. So it's a collateral assignment. It's not you're not transferring the loan to somebody else. You're not selling it like a regular assignment. It's just a collateral assignment. And you actually record that collateral assignment in the county records on top of everything that we just talked about, right? It's the original mortgage, assignment from company A to company B, assignment from company B to company C, and now the collateral assignment goes right on top of that. So when I record collateral assignments, I put a nice note in there for the county recorder just to make sure that we're clear. This is a collateral assignment. The mortgage is not changing hands. I still own it. I'm just collateralizing an investor's investment on top of my existing assignment. So what actually happens is once that's done, my assignment's clouding title and so is that collateral assignment. So if somebody pulls title or somebody's about to refinance or wants to pay that loan off, both the owner of the collateral and the investor that did the collateral assignment, the one that I did it with, we both have to okay and clear title. And then the second document is just a regular promissory note. The promissory note is what's going to spell out all the terms, and that does not get recorded, right? That's going to spell out the investor's lending me $20,000 secured against this asset. I'm going to offer them 10% interest-only payments over a 2-year period. The monthly payment's around $167. We both sign it. That does not get recorded. The collateral assignment doesn't say anything about the terms. It's just referencing the original mortgage, and it's referencing the assignments that are recorded in the county records. So that's it for a collateral assignment. It's just a collateral assignment and a promissory note. You know, I do mine for 2 years. You can do them for 1 year. You can do them for 3 years. It all comes down to what you and the investor agree to. Now, when that collateral assignment is done and we're not doing anything else, I need to record in the county records what's called a collateral assignment release. Once again, when I record that, I'm just letting the county know that the collateral assignment's done. That needs to be released, not the actual mortgage and not my assignments. The mortgage is still good. I'm not satisfying the mortgage. I'm not recording a mortgage release. I'm just releasing the collateral assignment. So that's what I got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Trying to stay relevant, trying to add value to everybody out there. Like I always ask you, please comment what you like, what you don't like about the videos. If you need to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm now on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a note education course that I've put out there. So anything that you're interested in, either the business, some type of investment, the education program, or just listening to what I can, supply to you as value, reach out to me or connect with me on all my social media platforms. Finish off the day strong and have a great weekend.